Not to mention the salt on the roads, that the company is an American company shipping salt down there. Maybe we should cut them off on salt. It doesn't work, folks. When you have a protectionist government like President Trump, it fails every single time. Ronald Reagan is spinning in his grave right now, and it's not about protectionism. You can't unscramble an egg. You have to make the omelet larger and make both areas, both countries thrive and prosper.
Doug Ford just made a big move, not quietly, not carefully, not gently. After watching President Trump's latest plans on trade, Ford didn't just stand up for Ontario. He went after the whole idea behind Trump's economic plan. He called it protectionism. He said it never works. And then he said something that people in Washington will not forget. Ronald Reagan is spinning in his grave. This wasn't just a normal government update. It was a warning. And this time, Ford didn't just talk about tariffs. He explained exactly how Canada could fight back. Let's look at the 4 big moments that made this press conference so powerful. First, Ford changed the story. Instead of making Canada look like the victim, he put the pressure on American voters. He said it simply, a tariff on Canada is a tax on Americans. That's not just a talking point. That's real pressure. Because if Trump raises tariffs, it's not Ottawa that feels the pain first. It's workers in Michigan. It's the people who build planes in the U.S. It's farmers. It's everyday American shoppers. Ford wasn't just talking to Trump. He was talking to the American states that need Ontario's trade to survive. That was a smart move.
Canada and other countries have to accept some sort of tariff, increased tariff, to strike a deal with the Americans, and we have to open up our market, including dairy, further to the Americans. So in what worlds can Canada imagine getting through this without some sort of increased tariff?
Yeah, well, that's I think it was Greer that said that, but I could be wrong.
You're right.
He's a good guy. He's a smart person, but it's tit for tat. You're going to increase tariffs on us. I can tell you one thing, a tariff on Canada is a tax on Americans. They know it. They're feeling the crunch down there. They have the uncertainty down there, especially in Michigan. So, you know, they want to tariff us. I say we tariff them back.
This is where the mood shifted. Ford didn't just give a warning. He listed things Canada could use as leverage: nickel, aluminum, steel, farming supplies, even road salt. He didn't pick those by accident. Those are key parts of U.S. supply chains that America can't easily replace. More than 65% of certain materials used in U.S. airplane building come from Ontario nickel alone. Ford was sending a clear message. We know where it hurts, and if this becomes a full tariff war, Ontario has ways to respond. That's the language of someone ready to fight back.
We ship high-grade nickel right here in Ontario for over 65% of their manufacturing of aerospace, into military, into their manufacturing sector alone. So maybe we should tariff that. Or maybe we should tariff the potash coming out of Saskatchewan, going down there to keep their farmers going. Or tariff the aluminum coming from Quebec. That's over 65% of their aluminum that they need for their manufacturing should be tariffed. Or the steel that we send down there. The list goes on and on and on.
This is where Ford hit hardest. Not personally, but in terms of ideas. When you have a government that believes in protectionism, like President Trump's, it fails every single time. That wasn't just a comment about trade. That was Ford saying Trump's whole economic way of thinking is wrong, and bringing up Ronald Reagan was a powerful choice. It made Trump look like he was walking away from the values that old-school conservatives have always believed in. Ford wasn't just defending Ontario anymore. He was saying he's defending what's good for all of North America. That's a very big statement.
Not to mention the salt on the roads, that the company is an American company shipping salt down there. Maybe we should cut them off on salt. It doesn't work, folks. When you have a protectionist government like President Trump, it fails every single time. Ronald Reagan is spinning in his grave right now, and it's not about protectionism. You can't unscramble an egg. You have to make the omelet larger and make both areas, both countries thrive and prosper.
Then came the wider warning. Going after another country, your closest friend and partner, never, ever works. That was Ford using the language of diplomacy. Ford was saying that Trump's plan would hurt America itself, not just Canada, but America too. It would damage friendships between countries and cause problems that could last a long time. And here's something worth noticing. Ford wasn't scared. He wasn't begging. He was calm. He was saying, work with us and we both do well. But if you keep pushing, we will push back. That balance was very much on purpose.
Well, what I'm going to say is very clearly, when we work together, you're going to create more jobs. We're the #1 customer to 17 states. No one buys more products than Ontario. We're #2 to 12 others. If you want to create more opportunities for your citizens, be it of Texas or wherever, get rid of these tariffs. We can thrive and prosper. Attacking another country, your closest ally and friend, never ever works. Simple as that.
This press conference was not just another government announcement. It was a line drawn in the sand. Doug Ford didn't sound like a local leader just reacting to the news. He sounded like someone getting ready for a real fight. He made it clear that tariffs are taxes on Americans. He pointed out the weak spots in U.S. supply chains. He said no to protectionism without any hesitation. And by bringing up Reagan, he made this about more than just Canada and America. He made it about the difference between economic facts and political games. That matters, because this is no longer just about nickel, aluminum, steel, or road salt. It's about whether the two closest allies in the world keep working together or start acting like enemies. Ford's message was easy to understand. When countries cooperate, everyone grows. When they fight, everyone gets hurt. And if Washington decides to keep escalating, Ontario is ready to respond. This is the moment where words turn into real power. And if today showed us anything, it's this. Canada is no longer just sitting back and reacting. Canada is getting into position, and this fight is nowhere near finished. If you want honest analysis that doesn't hide how serious this is, if you want to understand not just what was said, but what it really means for Canada's economy, our independence, and our future, then this is the right place for you. We go deeper than the headlines. We break down the strategy, the leverage, and the political moves happening right now between Ottawa and Washington. Subscribe to ABO News, turn on your notifications, and stay one step ahead of every new development in this growing trade battle. And now I want to hear what you think. Should Canada push harder if Trump goes further? Or should Ottawa keep trying to find a peaceful solution? Tell me what you think in the comments below.